Well, good morning, friends. Greetings from Parque Kennedy here in Lima, Peru. I've got the little one in tow at the moment.
Hello, little one.
We're walking together as a family. And today's exciting because I am going on a Lima food tour, specifically a Miraflores food tour. So this is one of the neighborhoods where we always stay when we come to Lima. There's great options for food. So I'm going to be eating my way around the neighborhood. Apparently there's going to be so many different things I get to try. Ceviche being one of them. So stay tuned and I'm going to show you exactly what I get up to.
And there are still cats in Parque Kennedy, so we're going to say hi to some cats since we still have a bit of time.
And our little Redley doll is loving it here in Lima. She's just adjusted so well to whatever we're doing. So yeah, you guys are here to drop me off and then you're going to be heading to Wong, the grocery store, to pick up a few items. And I'm the lucky guy who gets to go on the tour today.
You get to eat for 4 hours.
Yeah, I get to eat for 4 hours. So I wish you two could come along, but yeah, logistically not possible. Friends, we're kicking things off in Terruá Cafe with a cappuccino. I like my coffee to start the day, so this is a perfect way for me to get going, get perked up, get a little caffeine in me, and I'll be ready to chow down. Oh, so smooth, so good. Unlike that bitter instant coffee I drink back home in Canada. Well, I'll tell you what, friends, we couldn't have picked a better day to be going on a food tour. The weather is just phenomenal. I mean, it's warm and sunny outside, not too hot, a nice breeze. And something that I'm enjoying right now about this tour, especially in Miraflores, is I'm exploring different areas of this neighborhood that I've never been to before. Kind of Audrey and I tend to get into our little routines and bubbles in Miraflores. We have our favorite restaurants, our favorite places to walk. And it's nice to join a tour like this to get us out of our comfort zone and also to explore different areas of Miraflores that we've never been to before. Something I'm loving about this walking tour is that we're getting to go through some different residential areas as well. As some people who've been to Miraflores know, this is a neighborhood that's starting to be dominated by skyscrapers and tall apartment buildings. And to be able to see some of the older architecture here, which has a bit more character, a bit more color, is really nice. And I hope that this neighborhood can preserve some of that because it would be a shame to have nothing but high rises. So we kicked off breakfast here at La Preferida, a place that is a beautiful cafe and restaurant. What was fascinating about going there is that apparently if you go closer to lunch, we visited at 10:30 in the morning. If you go closer to lunch, sometimes you have to wait up to an hour. It's a very popular spot. I noticed inside they specialize in seafood. What we ended up having was pan con chicharrón, which is a sandwich, a Peruvian sandwich. This is typical for breakfast. It includes the chicharrón, the pork, and the camote, the sweet potatoes. My favorite part, putting on that ají sauce with onions on top as well. It has a really nice texture and taste, lots of different flavors. And if you come to Peru, I highly recommend trying that for breakfast. And next up, we went for sweets. So we went to Tortas Lucas, which specializes in Peruvian desserts. And I had one of my favorite desserts that you can get in Lima, Suspiro a la Limeña, but it was a special kind. It was Suspiro a la Limeña de Chocolucuma. And lucuma is a fruit that if you come to Peru, you absolutely have to try it. It, along with chirimoya and a few others, are specialties of Peru. And something that I'll say about it is it had a very nice creamy pudding-like texture. Sweet, but also I just love the texture. That was my favorite part of that dessert. It's just so smooth. It's like having a delicious pudding. So if you come to Lima, you'll want to try Suspiro a Limeña, and if you can upgrade it to the Chocolucuma, I highly recommend doing that.
a juice because it's really strong.
So next up, we're visiting Surquillo Market. This is the local market of Surquillo, and we started off in a honey museum, Museo de la Miel, which was interesting. They sold all kinds of different honey products. And now we've been kind of walking around the wet and dry market here and finding all kinds of interesting things. Fruits native to Peru, lots of nuts and seeds, spices, different powders. And so yeah, this is a very lively and vibrant place. It's open every day. So if you're in this area, you should definitely check it out. I'm having a lot of fun. The thing you'll notice when you go to a traditional Peruvian market like that are the los colores, the colors. The colors are just amazing. Everything from the purple corn, the chicha, to some of the bright fruits. You have papayas. You just have an explosion of colors. And it's also the best bet in terms of getting your fresh fruit and vegetables. Avoid going to the supermarket and hit up the local markets for the most fresh and the best quality, not to mention the cheapest prices too. Okay, so after walking around in that market for a while, we built up an appetite. Our guy grabbed a whole bunch of fruit, and at first I'm like, is he just bringing this home for himself? Of course not. We ended up going to a place called Kintu Barras, where we got to sample all of the different fruit. So many different fruits to try. I mean, I honestly lost count, one after the other after the other. My favorite though being the chirimoya. I just love the texture of that and the taste. It is my favorite Peruvian fruit along with lucuma. So if you're gonna try two different Peruvian fruits, I recommend the lucuma and chirimoya for sure, but there's so many to sample. And then after that we had a Chilcano, which is a national Peruvian drink. A lot of people know Pisco sour. This is different. This does have Pisco, but it comes with a ginger soda, so it's very refreshing. And then last but certainly not least, we had a bowl of ceviche, the star of the Peruvian show, my favorite Peruvian dish, the one thing that Audrey and I crave the most whenever we come to Peru. So overall, the good times keep rolling, and we've just been eating and drinking so well on this food tour so far. Well, friends, all good things come to an end. We finished off our incredible food tour of Lima by heading to one of Audrey and my favorite places, Manolo's. If you've been following our channel for a while, you know that we've been going to Manolo's for over 10 years. Every single time we go to Lima, Peru, we find a way to go there. They specialize in a lot of different things, but nothing is more legendary than their churros. So I finished off with the churros con dulce de leche. You can also get them with chocolate or vanilla or plain. I might add, if you get the plain version, you do get a few more added into your mix. So yeah, that was just a fantastic food tour. I got to experience so many new areas of Miraflores that I've never covered on foot before. So that just goes to show you that a place that you think you're familiar with, you know, when you see it from the perspective of a local or a guide, you get to go to spots that you would never would have hit up otherwise. And I really enjoyed a couple of different features of the tour. First off, I really like the mix of food combinations between kind of, you know, your salty and savory and your sweets, because that's what Peru is all about. Peruvians definitely have a sweet tooth, but there are some incredible savory and salty dishes as well. I also really enjoyed getting to try all of the different local fruits. And the thing I can say is that if you're kind of coming here on a time crunch, you know, in order to try that amount of food, you wouldn't be able to do it by just hitting up restaurants by yourself. The portions would be too big and you just wouldn't know where to go. So this is a great opportunity for someone who's coming to Lima who wants to get a really solid introduction to Peruvian cuisine. If you come and join a food tour like this, you'll have an opportunity to sample a whole bunch of different things. And yeah, so guys, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, leave a comment, and consider subscribing to our channel because we will have a lot more Lima content coming your way soon. Oh, and one more thing, if you want to take this tour, we'll leave a pinned comment so that you can just click and book and enjoy. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you enjoyed getting to see all the different Peruvian foods you can have in Lima. And we'll be back very soon with more content from Lima. Ciao for now.